Guys, I'm totally like randomly getting on Periscope. Like, I got some good stuff, and I was like, let me share this with my Scope world. Um, Hi everybody, what's going on in the land of Periscope? How's everybody doing on this evening, this Thursday evening? Before I get started real quick today, like I said, I wanted to just hop on Periscope really quick and just record this video. And then I wanted to post it on my YouTube channel because I just felt it on my heart to do so. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Maria Melendez. I am founder and CEO of Embrace Her Legacy, which empowers millennial women to give birth to their dreams and lead purpose-driven lives. And I do that through empowerment programs, personal development programs, motivational speaking, and different personal development resources that we have available on our website, embraceherlegacy.com. So, I wanted to get on Scope tonight because we are embracing a new month, right? October is pretty much here, and this is really the final quarter of the year. Like, this is where you're going to see all these great sales going on, because everybody wants to close out the year with a bang, right? It's the close of the year, the fiscal year for a lot of big companies and things like that. So what I wanted to do was just get on Periscope real quick and talk to you guys about achieving new methods to realize your vision. So, like I said, I'm just going to hop right into it because it's just 5 things that I want to point out. The other day, let me tell y'all, the other day I was in church and I was so inspired by my pastor who was sharing a message on new methods and on change and on really thinking big. And I was so inspired because what happens is, I don't know if you guys are familiar, when you've been working on a certain vision, a certain project, a certain business for a while, you will start to hit a wall sometimes. Certain things may not be working anymore, or certain things aren't working at all, and you get frustrated. So instead of me sitting in my frustration, I decided to apply some of these things that he was talking about really embracing change to achieve your vision. And one of the things that I found amazing that I never had done before is ask my audience and fill out a survey for things, right? So I sent out a survey yesterday to my email list, and I was like, holy moly, this is why things haven't been working the way I haven't, because I haven't been listening to my audience. I've been throwing things at you guys and not really paying attention to what is it that my audience wants. So with that being said, I said, all right, boom, we're going to switch up these new methods. And I had a few meetings, and I'm sharing people new methods, and everybody like, these are great to help me realize and achieve my vision. But I did this after an exercise that he was sharing pointers with us and how to really hone in on what it is that you want, right? Because sometimes, and I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but I know like a hard day for me used to be Mondays when I used to work full time in the music business at a major record label, and I started hating my jobs. I hated Mondays, and Mondays can be such a drag, right? Let's be serious. If you're not in a life that you like, and if somebody can give me a heart if they understand me, if like everybody right now is Thursday night, right? So everyone is like, oh, Friday. And if you hate Monday, and if you hate your job, or if you don't like your life, Mondays can be a drag. And what happens is, and if you don't have clarity on what you want, and let alone how to get there, where to start, Mondays can be frustrating because you know it's another week of getting up and going and being somewhere that you don't want to be. And you know in your heart and in your spirit that you're supposed to be doing something else, right? But trying to figure out what that something else can be a challenge. And you can get on the hamster wheel. Like most people, I'm in New York City, so most people take, public transportation, and you should see how miserable. I'm convinced that the most miserable people live in New York City. But anyway, you can see how miserable people can be on the trains, on the buses, because everybody's mad. Everybody's pissed off that they have to be somewhere that they don't want to be, and you get on the hamster wheel of life. And what I mean by the hamster wheel of life is that you're moving, but you're going nowhere fast. So before you can begin to change, right? And the reason why I said that we're on a new month and a new quarter is because this is a great time to think of change. The seasons have officially changed. Summer, all the fun, all the mojitos and the sangria and the picnics, that's over with, right? It's officially fall. It's officially, and this is a good time. A lot of people call this like grind season. A lot of people get back into the swing of things because sometimes summer can be very distracting, right? So now we're in a new month. We have a new quarter. This is the last 3 months of the year. And it's like, okay, what can I change? How can I change myself? What can I change to help me achieve the vision that I want? And how can I just even realize what it is that I want? I polled my audience and I realized that a lot of people don't know what you want and you don't even know where to start. So before you can begin to make change so you can get off that hamster wheel, I'm starting to apply something called New Method Mondays. And I want you to think about this now so that when Monday or even over the weekend, you can work on this for next week, Monday. I don't know, maybe you have a new method Saturday. I don't know, but you want to take time this week to focus on new methods to help you achieve whatever real vision it is. If you're on that hamster wheel and you're like, I'm trying to get off and I'm trying to get off now, here are five things that I want you to just consider real quick. The first thing is, before you make a change, you got to figure out, where am I going? Where am I going? It's really horrible if I say I'm going to go on a road trip and I don't have a map, nor do I have a destination. That's just going to be a waste of gas and a waste of time, which a lot of us do in our lives. We waste gas and we waste time not even knowing, thinking that we're going to have more time, and then want to know at the end of our lives, like, what did I do with my life? So one thing that my pastor recommended that I want to share with you is asking yourself this question: what's my role in the world? And a lot of times, especially us women, we get real narrow with this. Listen, and I know I'm going to get flack from this. Ladies, we are more than our relationships. We are more than our husbands. We are more than, our jobs. We are more than being a parent. A lot of us lose ourselves in becoming moms. But one thing Bishop T.D. Jakes said that I resonated with in my heart was, before you were a mother, before you were a wife, before you were, president of whatever, you are God's child. And I have to now, and I'm now embracing that to myself. And why I have to keep saying that, why I'm saying this is because I want us to think bigger. I want us to think bigger. What's our role in the world? Being a wife, being a mom is probably two of the most beautiful things the world, any woman can experience. However, sometimes we can limit ourselves there. We can say, as long as my kids are okay, as long as my family is okay, and that's perfectly fine. But what about me? What about me? Because these kids get older and then they leave, and they forget about you, and they create their own lives. So you want to ask yourself, what's your role in the world, and think big, think globally. One thing I've always said is I never saw myself as a limited edition. I never wanted to think of, I just want to reach people here who think like me, who look like me. No, I want to have a global audience, and I want to be able to teach and inspire all over the world. So you want to ask yourself, what's your role in your world? And you figure that out by finding out your talents, your gifts, and your abilities. Think about how you can give to your community. What imprint you want to leave on the world, and stretch yourself to think bigger. And that's where the next part is to really ask yourself, what do I want my legacy to be? Come on, embrace our legacy. You think I wasn't going to talk about legacy? What do you want your legacy to be? How do you want to be remembered? And it's really one of the women that I work with who's supporting Embrace Her Legacy, she's amazing, and she said something that resonated with me. She said, I kind of know what I want written on I know what I want written on my tombstone. I'm just working backwards from that. And I think that's amazing because she's very clear, and she's an amazing woman, what she wants. And she has created a beautiful life of that. She's an amazing mom, amazing wife, and an amazing businesswoman, speaker, and author. And she's very clear on what she wants. So ask yourself, like, at the end of it all, what do I want to be remembered for? And yeah, you build from there. When you start to ask yourself, what do I want my legacy to be? And you get clear and specific about it, you now get to see if what you're doing in your day-to-day matches the answers to these questions. And if they don't, that's when you have to figure out some new methods to help you get there. So after you've decided, okay, what's my role in the world? What do I want my legacy to be? I want you to think about this question. What matters most to me? These are really just identifying your values, your core values. Once you know what you value, you can start making better decisions and making change. Don't tell me that you value integrity and you're a liar. Can I get an amen? Don't tell me that you value faith in God, but you put everything before him, and you rather go to work, you rather be on the phone, schmoozing with your boo till 2 o'clock in the morning, but you tell me you value God. No, don't tell me you value family and you're not taking care of your family, or, you barely see your family. You have to define what your values are and rank them in order from 1 to 7, 1 to 5, whatever, in order of importance. And your life should be, and the decisions you make should surround yourself, should be indicative of your values. So once you start to say, okay, what do I value? I know for me, one of my core values is purpose. I'm not trying to just go from job to job, making money. No. One of my values is purpose and legacy. How do I want to be remembered? And my life surrounds around that. I have and still go through sacrifices in order to achieve the goals that I want to achieve. So you have to ask yourself, what matters most to me? Now, after you figure out, okay, what role do I want to have? What role do I in my life supposed to play in the world? What legacy do I want to leave? What are my values? Get this one. Ask yourself, what's the vision for my life? Most people don't know this answer. Oh, I just want to be successful. I want to be happy. You got to find out what that is for you. In order for you to even start embracing new methods to achieve whatever vision you have to find out what's the vision in the first place. A good way to do this, I read in a book by Brian Tracy, is doing the 5-year fantasy plan. Like, if 5 years from now, if everything could be perfect in all aspects of your life, your family life, your career, your money, your business, your community efforts, your health, your well-being, your personal well-being, what would that look like? And take the limit off of this. A lot of times we beat ourselves up. We don't even get to where we want to be because we take the limits off. As I was in service that Sunday, I felt in my spirit that I'm always thinking the worst, and I'm always expecting the worst because of previous failures, previous hurts, previous disappointments. So it can be discouraging to start thinking big, right? And start being like, okay, well, let me think for the best. And I'm like, Maria, I've had to discipline myself to now start thinking the best and start believing the best, even if I don't see it, speaking it, and believing it. So you have to get clear on what the vision is for your life. What is the vision? What do you want? And if you have a business, or organization, a career, a ministry that you want to work on too, ask yourself, what's the vision for it? Because if you don't know the vision, then you can't have methods. Because as my mentor told me, vision drives methods. Methods don't drive vision. So if you don't have a vision, then how can you have a method to get there? You need to have an overall picture. What is it that you want? As my vision board is behind there. So once you've answered those 4 questions, now you can ask yourself this. What old things am I working on that aren't going to help me? What is it if your vision, or if your legacy, the legacy for your life is, I don't know, maybe you want to be a top, I don't know, maybe you want to be a top real estate developer in the Northeast area. Maybe that's your vision, right? And you're really into real estate development. What are you doing now that's not helping you get there? Is the job that you're in helping you get there? If not, what changes need to be made? You have to let me tell you, when I did this exercise, I had to sit down with myself, and I have my notebook here. I'll show you guys my slaying my goals, a journal. And I had to be honest with myself. And I'm like, Maria, some of this stuff you're doing isn't working. It was not being effective. And we love to be busy. But I have no time for being busy. I want to be effective. I'd rather be effective. We want to be busy. Everybody wants to be busy. But are you getting where you want to be? So I had to say, all right, this is not being effective. Like, these strategies are not being effective. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to change some of these things. Sorry, guys, I'm going for my notes. And that's exactly what I did. And once you figure out the old methods, now you can say, what new methods can I apply? If this is my vision, if this is the role I want to have in the world, if you know, I want to do more than what I'm doing now. I am in that hamster wheel. And this is what I see myself doing now. Figure out the methods that are going to help you get there. Write those down. Write them down and say, all right, that wasn't working. This is. And do it. And write what it says. Okay? So now that you know the new methods, now that you know the vision, the role, the legacy, your values, what methods are you going to apply to achieve it? And you write those down. And I want you, and I encourage you to have goals for this month. Get goals for the month. At the top of every one of your months, there should be a goal for the month. And on top of that, there should be goals for the year. Everyone should have goals, and do not fall into that trap of, oh, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to make more money. That's not goal setting. Those are wishes. So if you want to learn how to, just some keys to appropriate goal setting, I want you to download my free 5-step plan to setting powerful goals. And you can find that for free. You can download it at embraceherlegacy.com/5-step plan. Again, it's embraceherlegacy.com/5, the word 5-step plan. embraceherlegacy.com/5-step plan, and it's the word 5-step plan, not the number. And I can go, it's a really, really in-depth guide to help you set your goals in 5 powerful steps, okay? So just to recap, and if you want to work on this together with me, you can also set up a session with me at embraceherlegacy.com/session if you want to work on these goals together. So these are the 5 questions. Is it 5 or 6? It's like 5.5. 5 questions that you're going to ask yourself in order to help you achieve new methods to realize whatever vision that you have for your life. And if you're caught in that hamster wheel and you want to make some change, this is the season from change. We change, flip-flops to boots now, no jackets to now jackets and scarves and hats and gloves. So let's start let me go through these 5 questions. 1, what's my role in the world, right? 2, what legacy do I want to leave? 3, what's the vision for my life? And if there's a business, a career, or a ministry, or organization that you want to start, write the vision for that too. And then 4, what are the old methods that are no longer helping me achieve my vision? And then 5, what are the new methods that I will apply to help me realize my role, my legacy, and my vision? What do you have to do new? Sometimes a new may even be like taking counseling sessions because you're hurting from some pain you've experienced in your childhood and you want to let that go. Do it. Do it. Don't let the devil lie to you and tell you to not do otherwise. Do what you need to do so that you can achieve the vision that you have. Oh my gosh, RuPaul's Drag Race is on, so I'm going to watch it. That is like my guiltiest pleasure. If you can't love yourself, how you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here? So I hope that you enjoyed this broadcast. Those are the 5 questions to ask in order to achieve your new method. And I hope that you apply new method Monday and you take this time to to review this and, make it a new method weekend, a new method month. Saturday is the first, so hopefully you take time to apply some changes if you're in that hamster wheel and you want to see some changes. All right. If you like what you see, check me out at embraceherlegacy.com. Again, get the free guide to setting powerful goals at embraceherlegacy.com /5-step plan, the number 5. And if you want to work on one-on-one on some goal setting, you can go embraceherlegacy.com /session. All right. Hope it was a blessing to you. Bye-bye.